Hello, hello. We are beginning lesson 11. And as we look at this week, the main topic is on personal financial management. And so that's how you manage your finances, your money. So how you save, budget. So I really love this topic and I love that every semester I get to review it and recommit to setting goals in that area because I think it's an area I personally can always improve. So I hope you enjoy it and enjoy the resources that you learn about and then the activity that I'm going to share about in just a second. And so I hope, knowing that we only have 3 more weeks left of class, so I can hardly believe that I only have a few more videos left, and I'm just amazed by how fast time goes. And I hope you've enjoyed your time. So I just want to quickly explain the application activity. It's similar to our time management where we tracked how we spend our time, but this time you're tracking how you spend your money. So if you look at this, you have, sorry, let's go up here. You have a template that you will download that tracks your spending. So like it says, record the amount of money that you spent during the week for each category. And like it says, you may not spend some money in certain categories, and that's okay. And if you find, as you'll see down here, when you track your spending for 1 week, and like it says, it's not long enough, but we hope that it will at least start giving you an idea of how much you spend and start moving in the right direction into managing your money. And so if I download, let's see if I already downloaded it. Okay. I will hide myself for just a minute. So if I make this a little larger, this is what the expense tracking spreadsheet looks like. It's just an Excel spreadsheet. Make sure we can get it in the window a little more. As you see here, so I would recommend starting this beginning of the week, start Monday, so that you have the time to spend a week tracking your money. So tithes and offerings, maybe you pay once a month and it doesn't happen to be in this week. If that's the case, you would put a 0. Or if you end up paying tithing during the week, enter your amount there. Savings, if you put aside any money, maybe you got paid on Tuesday and you already went ahead and put $100 into your savings, you would put it there. Once again, if you didn't put any away, just put 0. If you didn't pay tuition, you could leave that 0. You have paid before, but maybe not this week. Food and personal. I mean, that's a pretty broad category, but any food, groceries, any eating out at restaurants or fast food places. And then personal things. Maybe you went to a movie or decided to spend some money to go wash your car. Actually, that would probably come here. But if you wanted to go buy a new book, something that's personal that doesn't fit in the other categories. Housing, if you don't pay rent or your mortgage during the week that you track your spending, you can just put 0. Or I recommend if you know you have a set amount you pay each month, you could put it there to help you see how much you spend. And then we have utilities. Gas, auto care, once again, car wash, oil change, if you had to buy gas, it would go there. Car insurance is a separate one, so you can get the idea of how you would record your spending for an entire week. Oh, and sorry, car wash and oil change apparently go here, so I was wrong on the auto care. The auto care would be more if you had to get something fixed in your car. So you would track all of that and keep track on this expense tracking sheet. And then once you've done that, I'll put my face back up. Once you've done that, you download this template where then, so it's similar to the time management one. You don't have to submit your tracking sheet to me, but you do need to say that you've gone through the process and answer the questions on the template that help you reflect on an area that you think you're spending the right amount of money or an area you're not spending enough money. So it asks you all these questions that you will answer and upload that template. And so a few things before that is, so you track your spending, you go to financial calculator page on the providentliving.org website. If you have not gone there before, I'm excited for you to explore that and see how wonderful it is and the many resources that are there. So you'll go to that website, and there's a place, if you click there, it will take you to that. Calculators. You have different calculators, like if I'm trying to pay off a credit card, how long will it take if I put this much towards paying it off each month? Retirement, how much do I need to set aside in order to have the amount I want for retirement? So we're asking you to spend at least 20 minutes, and that doesn't mean spend it on just exploring one calculator, because you need to explore at least 3 links, okay? So make sure that you do that so that you can then answer some of the questions. One thing that you'll notice is the calculators are made to work with the US dollar, so you will have to click on this converter to convert from your currency, the type of money that your country uses, into the US dollar. And so after you've done that, I hope you find a calculator that is helpful for you. I appreciate this, and I know sometimes it's eye-opening and it's surprising, and I learn a lot every time I explore that. So then you'll do the step 3 where you make a basic monthly budget. So that is your task. So it's extensive. There's a lot to it this week, so make sure that you once again get started early in the week. And if you have questions, let me know, because can be some complicated things with this. And I would, one thing with the calculator is to make sure that it says on here that enter actual or hypothetical financial information. So it can, if you don't have actual numbers that match real life, then you can just make up and think, okay, maybe I'm going to set aside this much money. How long will it take me to save up? So even if it's not reality, it can maybe be some hypothetical numbers that will help you have a good perspective of what it could be. The last thing I wanted to show you is a quick English tip on tenses. Tenses are very challenging, and I'm sure a lot of you can get frustrated because it is challenging. So I'm going to scroll up so it's all on there, and so I'm not blocking, hide that for a second. So singular means you're just talking about one person. And so I'm just going to talk about singular right now. We're only talking about one person. Sometimes we talk in first person. That means I'm talking from my point of view, like I did this, then I went here. Sometimes we're talking in third person. We're talking about someone. He went to the store. She came over. It was scary. It's not my first me talking about myself in the I personal perspective and point of view. So it's kind of tricky. So you have to think, if I am talking in first person, there are different verbs I will use depending on if it's happening now in the present, if it's happened in the past, like yesterday or last week. Future means it hasn't happened yet. It will happen. So here's the verb I would use with I. I am happy today. Here's that example. If I'm talking about yesterday, so it's in the past, I'm going to use the verb was. Yesterday, I was sad. I wouldn't say yesterday, I am sad, because we need to change the verb to match the tense, past tense. Future means it hasn't happened yet. Next month, I will be going on a vacation. Tomorrow, I will go to the store. Okay, so I want to put tomorrow I was go to the store, because that's past tense. If I'm talking about the future, I will be, or I will go to the store. And the last thing I'm going to show you is if it's third person, that means I'm talking about someone else. And so the only difference, if you'll look at here, we still have was when it is in the past, still have will be for the future, but the present, if I'm talking right now, instead of am, it would be is. Okay? So right now, he is sleeping, because I'm talking about someone else, not myself. Last week, he was sick. Oh, that's from the past, so it still is was. Tonight, he will be at work. So even though I'm talking about somebody else, it's not first person, stays the same if it's in the future. Another example of using is in the present tense. It is dark outside. So that's happening right now. I'm talking about it. So not myself. I'm not dark outside. It is dark outside. Okay? So I hope that is helpful. And to maybe even you can take a screenshot of this chart. If it's helpful, I can email it out for you to see the difference between if we're talking about myself, I, in the term of that, or if I'm talking in third person where I'm referring to other things. And how it changes my verb that I use, and how the tense changes the verb as well. It's a lot to keep track of, but I hope if you refer back to this chart, it will be helpful. So have a great week and keep up the wonderful hard work, and I appreciate all of you, and I will talk with you next week.